little short video today about basically a good shout out for men, a good reason for men to be strong, get their physicality in order, get their health in order, and stop poisoning themselves. There's a new documentary that came out called The War on Children. Now, this is an old title. There's a couple documentaries with the same now. So if you want this new documentary, some information on it, you can email me at info@jchristoff.com. And what was interesting, especially for men, inside this documentary was a child predator. And he was saying he picked the children he was going to nab and take and stalk based on the strength of their family, sort of like the presence of the male strength in the family. If the male wasn't there or the male wasn't strong, this was a prime picking. This was when he was going to start hunting the kids. So it's very important for men to understand that their physical strength goes a long way and gives a lot of wiggle room and protects their loved ones at a distance. And, you know, if you think about men like this, I know two men myself like this, who they protect everywhere they go, their loved ones go. That reputation of the strong male precedes them, and they are given wide berth, if you know what I mean. And so it's important that all men stand up and be counted in this way, stop poisoning themselves. And I know big men, like I know two men that you would not want to mess with, and I also know big men who are sort of pushovers, and they don't sort of flex their protective muscle unless things get really, really crazy. But it's good to have that edge. It's good for males to have that edge, even for someone like myself, I'm not super big by any stretch of the imagination, say 5'10", 195 pounds, but I keep myself in good shape. And there was there was a bully after someone I was charged with their protection. And this person that I was charged with the protection, she was at the grocery store, and the bully was actually ramming her cart with his cart and swearing at her. And as a male, another male phoned me and said, you know, the town bully is ramming, you know, his cart into this lady's cart, and you got to go down and take care of business. And I did, and I was charged, and I don't care. And everybody knows I don't care. And that's the point, is that the charges were eventually stayed simply because the legal system was aware that it was the town bully that was up to his town bullying. And everybody and every step of the legal system found it very entertaining that I decided to take care of business and take care of him inside the grocery store in full view of the public, where most people would shy away from that. I even had one of my former business partners, tell me that wasn't a good idea and that he wouldn't have done that. Well, that means he's not a big protector, and he doesn't really know how to protect himself either, because when the government leaned on him, he actually took 3 of those things and destroyed himself. So if you don't know how to protect yourself, you're really going to be hard-pressed to protect your loved ones. And, you know, it's really important. Another reason males got to put down the poison. Put down that alcohol, men. Put down the weed. Put down the junk food. Trim down the body. Learn some basic self-defense. And make sure that your reputation as a male protects your loved ones at a distance. And according to this stalker, child predator, he looks for the strength of the male, and lack of it, more importantly, before he strikes. So even myself, after that display at the grocery store, which caused a huge city uproar, it caused major damage to the grocery store, and it caused major damage to the man who was the town bully. I remember the town bully looked up after the altercation was calmed down by the by the police officers, and the town bully said, "Aha, you didn't get me." And I said, "You better go look in the mirror," because his face was a mess. And I'm not bragging about that whatsoever. But when you're called into action, and this man was bigger than me, heavier than me, he was more skilled in self-defense than me. But you know what? It's not the size of the bark in the dog. Or it's not the size of the dog that has the bark. It's the size of the bark that's in the dog. So I just made sure to let him know and let everybody else know that you better not come close to the people I'm charged with protecting, or you'll get all I got. And in most days, that's going to be good enough, regardless of aggressor. So these are very important points for men. Men, the point is, it's enough with being fat. It's enough with being out of shape. It's enough being feminized. It's enough sitting around playing video games, watching porn, smoking weed, underachieving, being mediocre, dulling your shine so you fit in with this underachieving society. Like, it's enough, because without male strength, societies collapse. And that's what we're seeing today. So it's very important to know there are multifactorial benefits to males knowing how to keep promises to themselves. Like, I keep a promise to myself, I don't drink. And I've learned that by keeping a promise to myself, I can keep promises to others. And I work out on a regular basis. I keep that discipline. I've learned that discipline on my home field, and I apply it to others. And I've learned how to protect myself from evil encroachments. Therefore, I will go out and protect others, because it's ingrained in my neurological system. And that's why I say this former business partner of mine, who sort of tried to shame and guilt me. You can't shame and guilt a real man for doing the right thing, but he tried, because he's not really a true male, and he really tried to guilt and shame me. And again, he didn't know self-defense, and that's why he fell for the COVID psyop, and he's really hurt himself. And he probably didn't protect his family with his leadership either. So these are important points. So if you want more information like this, get on my email system. Email me at info@jchristoff.com. This is Jason Christoff signing off. Thanks for listening.